Look at my spreadsheet! Sorry, let me introduce you to a project that I started several years ago, long before Magiera boards. This is a list of almost every extended variant that makes the game more difficult, and lists how many impossible rooms there are if you try to 100% the game. You can actually find videos of each one if you scroll back a bit on my channel, but they were not really made to be watchable. They're all 3 hours long, with no commentary and lots of pause buffering and save state cuts. Which is why instead I'm going to show you tasses, since those are a lot easier to watch than this. A few months ago, I decided to take another look at this spreadsheet, maybe see how many improvements I can find now that I know a lot more about the game, as well as a lot of new tech, like
Gultras, Doltras, Corner Boost, Wall Boost, Hog Logs, Dream Smuggles, Corner Slips, and Spike Boosts, R Pops, Spike Pops, Milk Pops, Spike Drops, 6-frame Crouch Spinner, Hyper Bunny Hops, Rhino Storage, Camera Smuggles, Limbo, and
Wait, slow down, we're already in too deep. Another problem I should address is that when I was first working on this project, I didn't realize that 50% game speed was like playing at 120 FPS, which can make some things possible that previously weren't. Did you know that at 50% game speed, your jump lasts slightly longer than your dash, which means you can do this? But my point is, I wasn't good enough at the game back then for 50% game speed to really make a difference, even in the most precise rooms. Anyway, for the last few months I have reviewed every single room that I previously marked impossible, and if I find out that it is possible, I mark it with this little indicator so I know to come back to it. Wanna know how many of them I solved? 450! I know, it's a lot, but before I'm able to remove them, I have to make a video so they can be referenced if people want to know how to beat them. So today, I'm going to show you some of those rooms. 450 is too long to make a video for, so how about we start with these three, and I'll make some more videos of this in the future. Last thing before we get into room showcases, this spreadsheet separately lists if a room can be completed with the use of spinner freezing or stunning. When I reviewed these rooms recently, I didn't bother checking for spinner freeze or stunning solutions. Why? Well, it's just kinda boring. Okay, look at this. Did you know that the hardest room in the game can be completed without jumping? Well, that's because if you wait for 5 days, it looks like this. All of the spinners unload and don't work. I know, right? Who cares? On to the task showcases. First on the list is Zero Gravity. Looks like Zero G only had one solved room, and the solved room is the last room of Core Seaside. If you've seen a task of this room, you probably know what's coming. Pretty cool, right? Anyway, now I can remove this from the spreadsheet. Since Zero Gravity only had one room, we can now move on to the next variant, which is Zero Fall Speed. And the first newly solved room in Zero Fall Speed is this room in Resort. Let's roll the test. Next room up is in Reflection, but before we look at that room, I should show you some tech to explain what's about to happen. This is a corner slip. If you pass by the ground without directly colliding with it, you can regain your dash and keep your falling speed. To not collide with the ground, you need to either dash down and corner correct, or be moving horizontally. From here on, I will just play each task, and pop in to point out anything interesting. This room was solved by doing tight enough feather movement that I could get the touch switch before it runs out, which also means I'm horizontal to battle and can demo into her, letting me fit under the spinners afterward. If you dash shortly after a hyper, your speed is kept during the dash, allowing you to do a stretched demo that makes it through these 3 spinners, before the wind pushes you up into them. This will take a little while. I had noticed at the end of this room there is a change respawn trigger, allowing you to retry and get back to the ground. Doing a demo into the corner and a very short climb jump allows you to line up and float right between these spinners. Jellyfish are very helpful with this variant because they allow you to fall, so to complete J-03, we are starting in a previous room to smuggle a jelly over a barrier. That's the last room for 0 fall speed. Next variant we have on the list is 100x fall speed. And our first room is in 6B. Going high up enough allows us to build enough fall speed that the camera doesn't catch up, and spinners that aren't on camera stay unloaded, allowing you to pass through. And that's the last room for 100x fall speed. Except, I added 1A dash list to the sheet, and there's 2 rooms that I solved there. That's right, spike climb. Oh, yikes. I think I'll have to explain what that was in the next video about this, which will be covering 100x gravity. The task files and spreadsheet are in the description. Feel free to take a look and see if you can find any solutions to skipped rooms. If so, please message me on Discord and I'll add it to the sheet. This concludes my autism announcement.